Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the joint meeting of Leaders Connect Club and Toastmaster Club of Storytellers. I'm Rashi Jain, and I will be today your Sergeant at Arms. Before I tell you the house rules, I want to tell you a brief short story about me and AI. So, recently I was handling, actually I'm handling some legal matters which are related to my own things, and I wasn't able to understand the whole technicalities because I'm not a lawyer. But before anything else, I wanted to know what is actually happening and what those legal things which are written on those papers meant. So I simply went to ChatGPT, of course. I scanned the whole paper and I asked him all the queries I had. What it meant for me was I am using AI everywhere in my life right now. Whether it is my office, whether it is this type of things which I don't know, and simply what it is helping me to understand more and understand all the queries I have in my mind, and I can ask anything to it right away. And it does feel like there is someone digitally always 24/7 available for you to help you everything with every query you have. So, yeah, for me, AI is not replacing me. AI is just being a buddy who is always there to help me out and to bring out to efficiency and make my queries actually more thoughtful when I'm asking it to humans for more help. When I'm going to a lawyer, I have some context beforehand, and the case is really going well for me because AI was my buddy before that, and it helped me out to understand the whole case even before I got to the professional help. So, yeah, I feel humans are needed, but AI is also needed, and we should all become AI native because it is need of the hour. And I'm really excited going forward in this session because I know today the Toastmasters of the day will be bringing some more light to this empathic relationship and how we can bring in it on our life in more productive manner. So before we move forward, I want to tell you some house rules. To ensure a smooth meeting, please keep your audio muted when not speaking. Kindly keep your cameras on, but if you need to step away, please turn off your video. The mission of a Toastmaster club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Now, I want to give back to the stage and welcome our Toastmasters of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Mohit.
Presiding officer.
Okay, my bad. Who is the presiding officer? Okay, Vivek.
Yeah.
So I'll give the stage now to take meeting forward to the distinguished Toastmaster, who is presiding officer for the day, Toastmaster Vivek. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi, for a amazing and energetic start of the meeting. I welcome all fellow members and the guests to the joint meeting of Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club and Storytellers Toastmasters Club. We always thought that we will start this meeting in hybrid mode, but for one reason or the other, we end up doing online mode. And that is something, a goal, which probably will happen very soon when we will have this hybrid meeting. So I am Vivek Agrawal, your presiding officer for today's meeting. Friends, every week when I step in Toastmasters meeting, I express my gratitude to the founders of the Toastmasters, because of whom we are here. Ralph C. Smedley started the first official Toastmasters club in October 1924 in the basement of the Santa Ana YMCA in California. Today, this is known as Smedley Chapter 1 Club. Founded in 1924, this great organization by this great man, it has grown to over 364,000 members all over the world. More than 16,000 clubs in 145 countries. Friends, this is a non-profit voluntary educational organization where we come, learn and practice. Voluntary leadership, members driven, no instructors. It's a non-judgmental platform. That's why we take impromptu roles. Today, some of the roles were taken by some of our members without any preparation because it's a non-judgmental platform. And we learn by doing, by providing feedback to each other. So with that introduction of Toastmasters, little bit context, I would like to say this week, last week has been full of celebration. We are celebrating Navratra fasts. On Thursday, it was International Happiness Day. It was also International Sparrow Day. Wow. Every day we are celebrating something. And in Toastmasters meeting also, every week we celebrate your success. We want to hear your success stories. So today, do we have any guests attending the meeting? Can someone help me? Because from the names, I cannot make out.
Uh,
Can you please
Ran-
identify any guests?
Vivek Ranvijay has joined.
Okay, Ranvijay, can you unmute yourself and probably if possible, switch on your video? Ranvijay, are you there?
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible. So just tell your name, what you do, what brings you to
I'm
this meeting, and tell me what are you celebrating today or this week, something related to celebration.
I'm an undergraduate, so I'm pursuing computer science. So I just wanted to develop my speaking skills and to be better. That's why I joined it. So today is my first day, like the whole Toastmasters community. So I will see how it will go on. And so
So
celebrating,
what are
I'm
you?
not cel yes,
Yeah, sorry.
celebrate. I'm not celebrating anything particular, like doing my regular things. Like my exam got over on Friday, so after that, I thought to try something new, so I just joined here.
Great. So we wish you all the best for your exams. Thank you. Thank you for joining today's meeting in spite of your exams and hectic schedule. Thank you, Ranvijay. Any other guests? Hirinder, can you please help me?
We do have Rahul as well, Toastmaster Vivek.
Rahul. We have two Rahul. Rahul Kumar. Okay.
Yes.
Rahul Kumar,
Good
just
morning.
tell your name, what you do, what brings you to this meeting Sunday morning, and what are you celebrating currently?
Good evening, everyone. This is my second session, and I am working as a digital marketer, and I am doing like MCA, and I want to become like fluent in English, so that's why I joined Toastmaster. And in upcoming week, I will celebrate we will go outside with friends. This is my
Wow,
celebration. Yes.
very good. So wish you all the best for your celebration with your outing with your friends, and I wish you have a great time here. We'll connect with you again towards the end of the meeting to seek your feedback. Okay, I don't think we have any more guests. So couple of announcements. So again, my request to all the members, if they have not renewed their membership, please consider renewing it. We are still on 22nd of March. In the coming few days, if you do that, that will be great. Many of us have done it because we strongly feel attached about it, because this is the platform where we can make mistakes, isn't it? And making mistakes is so important in life. Otherwise, we don't learn. Next point is area E3, level Area E3 level contest, ISC, International Speech Contest, and Table Topic Contest his schedule is finalized. It will be happening on 5th of April, Sunday, 5th of April, Sunday at 2:30 p.m. It's in Delhi, Karnal Singh Stadium, CP. And I would like to congratulate our members for completing their pathway. So this week, Toastmaster Neetal, can we have a huge round of applause? She has completed one pathway. Friends, just to give you a sense, one pathway is consists of some 20-25 speeches, and it takes a lot of efforts to complete one pathway. So please unmute yourself and give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. Thanks, everyone. It definitely took me a long time. I started journey in 2021.
Thank you. Thank you. Wish you all the best in your Toastmaster learning journey, Toastmaster Neetal.
Thank you.
So with that, I would like to hand over the stage to distinguished Toastmaster Mohit, who is performing the role of Toastmaster of the Day for this meeting. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. It's amazing how the journey of Toastmasters, which started way back in 1924, has come this far. Distinguished Toastmaster Vivek mentioned we have 364,000 members, 16,000 clubs. Now, can you guess why or how a journey that started hundreds of years back has come so far? It's because somebody knows how to transfer knowledge, not only across people, but also across generations. So that's the power of Toastmasters. And that's what we are going to talk about today. Before I move ahead, I would like to share with the guests the format of this meeting. So a Toastmasters meeting is split into three parts. The first part is the prepared speeches, where members come prepared with a speech based on the project, which is part of their education path. The second segment of a Toastmasters meeting is table topics, where we practice impromptu speaking. The topic is given to you and you speak there and then. And the third segment of the meeting is evaluations. This is where we learn what we did well and what we can improve upon. So stay on and you will see and experience all of this in today's session. Now, there was a 12-year-old boy who hated to read. He did not enjoy reading at all. And that wasn't because he was lazy. It wasn't because he disliked books. But the only reason why he disliked reading was because he couldn't remember any of what he read. What's the point of reading if I can't remember anything? He would say. My brain is like a sieve, he would say frustratedly. But then there was one ritual that this little boy had with his grandmother. He would occasionally go to the temple with his grandmother. One such day, when he was in the temple, he experienced a Q&A kind of session with the Guruji. This was the time when all the devotees were free to ask any question to the Guru, and the Guruji would respond. One of the devotees asked the Guruji, Guruji, I read all these religious texts, but I can't remember any of what I have read. Nothing changes after I read these books. So what's the point in reading all these religious texts? Now, this little boy was very curious because it was somebody else actually asking his question. So he waited for Guruji's response. And then Guruji said, have you seen a sponge in the kitchen? A sponge, when you use it to wipe a wet surface, does anything change in the way the sponge looks? Nothing changes in the way it looks. It looks exactly the same. But when you squeeze the sponge, the water comes out. And that's exactly what you go to do with your reading. Read not to remember, read to absorb, just like that sponge. Now, for that little boy, the story of the sponge stayed with him. And since then, he did not read to remember, but he read to absorb. And back then, this boy didn't know that the Guruji was teaching one of the ways in which knowledge spreads. The knowledge in the book, that explicit knowledge in the book, transforms into tacit knowledge in your mind through a process that's called internalization. And that's one of the ways in which knowledge spreads. Now, we are going to talk about how knowledge spreads in other ways. But before that, I would like to invite on stage our general evaluator for today's meeting. Our general evaluator today is Toastmaster Mehak. Toastmaster Mehak has recently joined the Times of India, and she's doing extremely wonderful in terms of marketing and finance. Let's welcome Toastmaster Mehak on the stage to walk us through what she will do in her role today. Over to you, Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. Greetings, everyone. Today, I'm going to play the role of a general evaluator. And in any Toastmasters meeting, the role of a general evaluator is an exclusive role because here you will get the evaluation for the overall meeting, not just for the overall meeting, but you'll also be evaluated on the basis of 3 other auxiliary rules. One is that of the timer, the other one is that of the grammarian, and that of the R counter. So today, I would like to present my team, that is the auxiliary role players, timer, R counter, and grammarian. Let's the timer itself. I would first like to invite on stage Toastmaster Rashi. Please come forward and introduce your role as the timer for the meeting.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for inviting me. My role as a timer is to monitor time during the prepared speeches, evaluation, and table topics. The usual timing, there are, just to confirm if there is any special speeches or would be usual timings, 5 to 7 minutes. It's usual, right?
It's usual.
Yeah. So for prepared speeches, I'll show the green card when timing comes to 5 minutes. Then on 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow card, and on 7 minutes, I'll start showing the red card. For table topics, timing will be around 1 to 2 minutes. On 1, I'll show green. On 1.5 minutes, I'll show yellow, and on 2 minutes, I'll show red. So I will be recording the timing for evaluations as well. And once I was called upon, I'll present my report at the end of the meeting. Just so everyone have the idea about these cards, I'm showing it currently on screen. This is the green card. Yeah, is it visible? Green card, yellow card, and red card. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rashi, for sharing the cards as well as introducing your role. Next, I would like to invite on stage Toastmaster Mohit Yadav, who has taken up the role as an R counter for the very first time. So all the best to you, first of all. And I would like you to please introduce your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. Greetings, fellow Toastmaster and guest. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including ah, and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, as I, or uh, this means at the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Over to you, Toastmaster Mike.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for introducing your role as an R counter. Lastly, I would like to invite on stage Toastmaster Neetal to share her introductory about the role as the grammarian for the meeting today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. Good morning, everyone. Today I'll be playing role of grammarian. So quick check. How many of you notice past tense mistake, present tense mistake, or grammatical errors when reading a text, but cannot note or understand when someone is speaking? So speech is fast. We talk, we try to grab something, we listen to reply, and we move on. But when someone is giving us an email or sending us an email in a written form, it's easy to find fault or appreciate some of the words they have used. But as a grammarian, listening carefully, understanding the word usage, it's a challenging role. And Toastmaster Mehak has given me that role. She has challenged me to listen carefully today, be attentive in the entire meeting, and get back with a report of the usage of the words, celebrate the powerful words that have been used, understand where there were mix-up of the past tense, present tense, and acknowledge and give a report at the end of the meeting. So today I'll be introducing two words, simple words, word of the day. The word of the day is eloquent. So meaning of eloquent, fluent, persuasive, and well expressed in speech or writing, having the ability to move others through language. Example, her eloquent response moved the entire audience to silence. So it's an adjective word, can be used in a past tense, present tense meaning, and can be used for appreciating others. And idiom of the day is find your voice. To discover and develop your own unique style, confidence, and manner of expressing yourself, especially in communication or leadership. Example, after years of practice, she truly found her voice on stage. I'll copy the word of the day, idiom of the day in the chat section, and I'll encourage the members and guests to use it during table topic session, speeches, and when providing feedback or whenever you're getting chance to speak. With this, I'll hand over the stage to General Evaluator of the Day, Toastmaster Mike.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal, for providing us with an eloquent word of the day as well as the idiom of the day. Now, I would like to introduce my role as the general evaluator. Towards the end of the meeting, I will present the report for the overall providing the overall evaluation about the meeting. Until then, keep using the word of the day, be mindful about the time, and keep a check on your R's and M's. With this, I would like to pass on the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak and her entire team for explaining their roles. Now back to how knowledge spreads. Now I want to open it up and ask all of you, anyone can come forward, raise your hand, share. Why is it important for us to know how knowledge spreads? What do you think is the reason why we should know this? Yes, Hirinder, please go ahead.
Yeah, for two reasons. One, that we should continue to grab knowledge, and also whatever we know, if we are able to spread it, it grows, it helps our own self, and we also help others by sharing our wisdom.
Absolutely. Okay. Yes, Surinder, to grab knowledge and to share knowledge. If we know the techniques, we can do it better. Yes, Vivek, please go ahead.
My view is, if, I have seen this from childhood, and my teacher, my parents, grandparents, everybody used to say, when you give money to someone else, it reduces, but if you give your knowledge, share your knowledge, it increases. So keep sharing your knowledge, whatever you know, it will keep increasing without any hesitation. Don't be conjuice in that.
Absolutely. What a beautiful way to put it. Yes, knowledge by sharing further increases. Yes, Simi, please share your view.
Yeah, Toastmaster Mohit. So one is to know that it is possible, like the example that you had shared in your story, that the kid was not knowing that the knowledge is spreading. Second is like the motivation that's going to give a motivation to us that yes, it helps. It is there. So I think these are the two reasons. For us, it is important to know that knowledge does spread.
Yes, Simi, thank you for sharing that. Yes, Neetal, let's go with you first.
We have come across many things because that's been spread by others. If someone
Right.
has developed and has kept with himself, we would have not known about it. Similarly, it's important that people share each other's knowledge at any ways, any means, by ChatGPT or communication, Facebook. That's key. Otherwise, the entire population will remain, what do you call, unknown or live in dark.
Yes, thanks, Neetal. Yeah, we have become what we've become only because we've gathered the knowledge from others. But the question that if I'm reiterating is, why should we know the techniques of how knowledge spreads? Because that's what we are going to talk about today. We all know, got to know things, we got to share things, but why learn the techniques of how knowledge spreads? Yes, Ranvijay, let's go with you.
Uh, so what I think is that if we will not like spread our knowledge, we will start everything from the scratch and will be making the same mistakes every time. So I think there won't be any much development. I think there is a Hindi kahawat also that ज्ञान बांटने से बढ़ता है. So I think that tells everything.
Yes.
So, to
You
answer
want
your
to?
question, why we should know how knowledge spreads is to go viral, basically. So,
Sorry, Neetal, we should go viral. I didn't catch that.
we should know how knowledge spreads so that we can go viral by using that technique.
Yes, that's bang on. Yes, if we know how knowledge spreads, then we can spread our message. We can go viral because, see, spreading misinformation is easier. It's easy to create a jungle, but it's difficult to create a beautiful garden. And we want to create a beautiful garden, our own message spread to the world. And if we know these techniques, then we can do it very well. And also, like Ranvijay said, we want to avoid making the same mistakes, right? We don't want to reinvent the wheel. So that's also, and yes, Rashi, please add on. You're speaking on mute.
Yeah. So just the example, like when we know that what techniques we can use to spread the knowledge we want to spread, like we use storytelling, because as a human we connect to stories. So it is also a technique, and it can be used in a different ways. And there are techniques out there, and if we know that, we can spread our knowledge in a more better and efficient manner. So that is also one of the things.
Absolutely, Rashi. Yes, we can be more effective in our knowledge sharing. Yes, Ashmeet, go ahead.
Yeah.
So I believe that knowledge should be, we should know that how the knowledge should be spread just to, express your thoughts. So this is the ultimate goal, that you have to express yourself. So that is the only, you should know that how the knowledge should be expressed to other, because you must be aware about each and every manner, like how to express yourself, and moreover, that whether your expressive thoughts has been conveyed rightly to the listener or not. So this is, I believe, that the thing that we should know, that how to learn, or the things that the way from which we can express,
Right, Ashmeet. Yeah, when we know the technique, then we can know which technique to apply when, and
right.
that would make our expression of our thoughts better. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic inputs right there. Now we've so far we've covered one technique, which is internalize. That's how reading from the book becomes part of who you are. That's internalizing as against remembering. We will cover other techniques, but before that, today we have a 2 minute speech slot where Toastmaster Simi is coming forward and sharing her message. Toastmaster Simi is a quality assurance manager. She is an avid reader and a lifelong learner. She hails from Punjab and is an alumna of Thapar Institute, Patiala. She believes that happiness is the new rich and inner peace is the new success. So let's welcome Toastmaster Simi for her 2 minute speech.
Thanks, Toastmaster Mohit. All my life, I have been a constant self-critic until I get introduced to a new law which was not covered anywhere in my physics books, a law of attraction. 10 years back, when I was in the lowest phase of my life, my friend introduced me to the book named Secret, written by Rhonda Byrne. So that book changed whole of my perspective to deal with life. That book became a Bible for me to feel, to to act. And so even if I'm going to any of the presentation, I will read that book, and then my nervous system will become calm. And it also helped me improving my relationships. So after having big fights with my dear husband, after reading this book, I was the first one to come forward to say sorry, because that book taught me the value of gratitude. The favorite part of that book was where it was taught that most of the time we all are focused on what we don't want in life than thinking what we want from life. So when we say, I don't want to be late to reach there, so universe will drop the word don't, and then we will be late to reach there. There is a solution to that as well in that book. So we have to use the vocabulary where we will say, I will be reaching on time there. Same two lines, same meaning, but a different outcome. So, my dear friends, this is a call to action for each one of us to work on our F, T, B, and A for a peaceful and successful life. F for feelings, where we need to elevate our feelings, our frequency by our own selves. Maybe put some music, talk to someone that you love, or write your gratitude list. Thinking, so we have to focus on the 50%, the half glass, which is full, not the empty version. Beliefs, where we need to tell ourselves the good stories, not the bad stories to ourselves. Beliefs are only the stories that we are telling ourselves. There is no wrong and right. It is just that we have to tell ourselves the stories which is working for us. And I'm sure fixing all these three things, you will be able to take action to reach towards goals. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simi, for that beautiful message. I've also read the book The Secret and have completely loved it. And definitely, just like you, it has changed my thinking as well. So let's have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Simi. And now we move to the next segment, which is the prepared speeches. First speaker today is Toastmaster Hirinder. And for evaluating Toastmaster Hirender's speech, we have Toastmaster Kanchan, right? Toastmaster Kanchan, can I request you?
Hi, good morning. Actually,
Hi.
I have received evaluation form for Kanika, Toastmaster Kanika.
Yeah. So Mohit,
Okay.
I will be evaluating Toastmaster Hirinder.
Okay, so
Neet Gupta is
Toastmaster
right.
Niti would be evaluating Toastmaster Hirender's speech. Toastmaster Niti. No, Toastmaster Niti is a software engineer. She stays in Bengaluru. She's an avid sports lover. Can we have you on camera, Niti? It would be great to see you.
Yeah, please allow me 5 minutes. I am about to reach home.
No
Probably in the
worries.
evaluation at the evaluation time, I'll definitely turn on my camera.
No worries, Niti. No worries
Yeah.
at all. Just feel comfortable. So Toastmaster Niti is part of East Delhi Toastmasters Club until some time back, and she is now planning to resume her Toastmasters journey, hopefully with us. So Toastmaster Niti, if you could share the objective for Hirender's speech, please.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So today, Toastmaster Hirinder is going to present his level 2 speech from the Pathway Presentation Mastery. The purpose of the project, so just once again, yeah. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. The title of Toastmaster Hirender's speech is The Fall That Lifted Me. Permissible time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. I'll be sharing my evaluation report at the end when called upon by a general evaluator. So all the very best, Toastmaster Hirinder. Yeah, all the best.
Th-
Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Niti. Toastmaster Hirinder, the fall that lifted me. The fall that lifted me, Toastmaster Hirinder.
Thank you. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Before I start, I have a small question. What's your biggest fear? For some, it might be a small cockroach, a spider. For me, it's always been height. I'm afraid of height. Yes, it's it's difficult to believe people like me who's really adventurous. I have a fear of height and of course public speaking. Some of you may share the journey that we are still trying to find our voice in a way of becoming an eloquent speaker. This reminds me a small incidents that become nearly 18 years back, if I remember correctly. I attended a friend's birthday party. We had a good time, and as we are approaching to disperse, one of my friend really came up with a crazy idea at about midnight that let's go to Haridwar. Since thinking that we have made so much sin, so that let's clean our sin and take a dip in the holy water. And we just agreed. And when you are with friends, it's really amazing that your threat detecting software become disabled and you just say almost yes to everything, right? We might have experienced that. So obviously I also said yes, despite my inner self saying big no. I found myself in a Volvo running, speeding towards Haridwar with my gang. We reached there in the morning. We just enjoyed the scene, had a tea, and as we took the dip in the holy water, that really ignited the every cell of our body. And we thought of, let's go back to our home now. And again, another brilliant idea came up, and it was, since we are here, let's do the river rafting. And I was the one who said, no, I have never done it, and it's strictly prohibited, especially for me. But somehow, again, when you are with friends, it doesn't matter whether you say no or whatever you say, you just do that thing. So I also went for the river rafting. The captain of our raft, I remember clearly, his name was Amir. He gave us 15-20 minutes of detail what to do, and especially what not to do in the situation, and what's you going to face in the water. We hit the raft, um, enjoyed the different tide. He gave the history of the tide, why there was different names given to different water tides, and he also shared why those names were given. And it was really pleasing. We even jumped in the water at one point, where he said, now you guys can jump in the water, and the water is not that deep, it's only 200 feet. So we jumped, obviously. And as we were approaching towards the end of our rafting journey, I saw that there was a cliff and people are jumping from the cliff. I suddenly turned away and thinking that these guys should not see that. Otherwise, I'm gone. And to my worst fear, some of the friends, they have noticed that, hey, there's a cliff there. What's going on there? And they asked the captain of our raft. Obviously, captain knew everything. He explained that there's a cliff. We can reach there, and it's not dangerous. You already have safety jacket and helmet and everything on, so you can try it. Everyone tries. And I said, no, 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 I am not going to try. I can't even look down when I'm at my roof, or at my at height of 50, 60 feet. It's too much for me. So one friend said, no, no, you don't have to jump. You just come with me. You just take some photos. Be cool. We will not push you. So we agreed. I went there, and I saw my friends started jumping one after another. And I noticed even the 10, 12-year kids are jumping. Even girls. I saw some girls also jumping. And by the way, it's about 150 meter height from where you have to just jump in the water. Although you have your safety jackets and helmet on, but still, when you just saw the deep water, your soul just like leaves you for a second, and then it comes back. For me, it happened. But somehow I mustered the courage, and I said, let's do it. I will do that. I had all my safety gears on, and about the moment I just saw again, it looks like my heartbeat stopped, and I had no life in my body. I was pushing myself. It just one step ahead where I have to just jump, and I could not even move. But some of my friends, they were like sitting just behind, and they kind of pushed me and helped me to take a dip, and I jumped. And while I was just going into the water, the guide who was accompanied us, he told us that you have to make your position straight so that you go straight. Otherwise, check it. Uh, this might get open and there might be some trouble. So you hold your position as straight as possible, which I did. And I hit the water as if someone has punched my stomach really bad. And I started going deep in the water. And at that moment, I was started to think that, is it a really good idea? No, I don't think it's a good idea. And I was kept going deep in the water. And I was also thinking that this might be the last few minutes or second I have on the earth. I'm not going to come back because I'm just going unstoppable. I was going really fast, no breathe. And it's almost 200 feet down. I felt that my feet have touched the ground in the water, and I started to come back, and I started to feel little better. Okay, I'm coming up, and I came up finally. Uh, breathing out of breath, panting, and for a 5 minute, I just did not speak a word. My old friends were cheering, everything was happening, but it's like I was not getting any sound. And I was just thinking about it. Why did I fear? There was no reason. I just jumped from 200 feet above cliff, and there was no reason to fear. And believe me, I went up again and I did it again just to see if this is a one time fluke. And after that, I think I have done more than 10, 12 rounds of river rafting. And every time I have enjoyed, although they have stopped the cliff jumping now because of the safety reason, obviously. But I found that whatever fear we have, it's not, you cannot conquer your fear by escaping it. You have to face it. And by meaning of facing it, just break it into different process or actionable process. Take step 1, step 2, step 3, and you just complete the task, whatever it is. For me, it really worked, and that's how I'm trying again, trying to be as good as possible in my public speaking, and failing and still improving one by one. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, ATM Mohit.
Fantastic speech, Toastmaster Hirinder. And that reminds me of the full form of fear. It could be forget everything and run, or it could be face everything and rise. So that's exactly what you have taught us today, Toastmaster Hirinder. Huge round of applause again, and a 1 minute slot now. Timer, please note if we could have everybody's feedback for what you liked, what you think Toastmaster Hirinder can do better in his public speaking journey based on today's speech. This is open for everyone. So all the guests, Ranvijay, I hope you're still there. It would be great to have your cameras on. Neeti, we have Toastmasters from other clubs as well. Ashmeet, Satish, Rahul. We have 2 Rahuls, right? Please come on camera and please share your feedback. Whatever you took away from the speech, whatever you think could be even better. And that would really be helpful. That's the essence of our meeting. You'll have 1 minute for that. You can put it on the chat box. I must do the same.
One minute is over.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi. Now we move to the next speech of the day. The next speaker today is Toastmaster Kanika. And Toastmaster Kanika's speech is definitely going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Kanchan. So I would request Toastmaster Kanchan, if you could, yeah, it's great to see you, Toastmaster Kanchan. If you could share the objectives for Toastmaster Kanika's speech. And Kanchan,
Thank you,
let me introduce you as well nicely. So Toastmaster Kanchan is an engineering professional with a background in electrical engineering. She helps the organization run safer, smoother, and efficiently. She's joined Toastmasters Club to improve her communication skills. Yes, over to you, Toastmaster Kanchan.
Thank you so much, Mohit. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Today I'm the evaluator for the speech of the Toastmaster Kanika. She is delivering her speech from the pathway engaging humor, level 1 project 3, and her speech title is The Career Story. The purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire the audience. As the evaluator, uh, my responsibility would be listening to the speech carefully, sharing some constructive feedback and areas for the improvement. I'll be presenting my report at the end of the meeting. All the best to the speaker and back to Team Moody. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kanika. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Toastmaster Kanchan. And Toastmaster Kanika, a quick audio video check. Say after me, it's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
Wonderful. Kanika Saxena, the career story. Yes, Kanika.
Yeah. Am I visible completely?
Yes, you're perfectly visible and clearly audible. Are you good to go?
Yes.
Kanika Saxena, the career story. The career story. Kanika Saxena.
I'm a Bihari, so I wanted to be an IAS officer. Yes, all we Biharis dream of being an IAS officer because at birth, we are not given the BCG vaccine. We are given the IAS vaccine. I grew up in Bangalore, and as a child, I loved solving numerical ability questions, puzzles, English aptitude questions in a magazine called Competition Success Review. Yes, we did not have the online option in the Stone Age. As I reached my 12th standard, FOMO struck. Suddenly, I found everyone around me was preparing for some entrance exam or the other, and I wasn't. I felt left out. So I decided to give my engineering entrance exam. And I was fortunate to get a seat in one of the prestigious colleges in Karnataka. I promised myself I will still give the UPSC exam after I complete my engineering. 4 years passed. I became an engineer. But by then, I had had enough of studying. I didn't want to prepare for UPSC. So I changed my dream from becoming an IAS officer to working in the corporate sector. I was fortunate to get a job in my very first campus interview, but my mom was not happy. That was because I had to move to Hyderabad because my office was 40 kilometers from the city and I would be the first lady engineer in the plant. So I gave up. With that, my dreams of getting a job through campus interview came to an end because according to the college rules, if you have an offer letter from a company, you cannot appear for other campus interviews. Getting a job in Bangalore without experience was extremely difficult. And then one of my friends who worked as a lecturer in a college asked me to join the college. I'm not a big fan of teaching, but something was better than nothing. So I became a lecturer. Teaching was a great learning experience. Let me tell you how. When we are students, we can afford to leave out certain sections or certain chapters because we are offered choices in our question paper. But as a lecturer, you don't have those choices. So you have to study everything. I spent hours in the college library reading, preparing for my classes. This helped me a lot because it cleared many concepts that I couldn't understand as a student. This preparation, coupled with my competition success review preparation, helped me clear many public sector tests. I chose to join SAIL, Steel Authority of India, and I got posted in Salem Steel Plant. This time, my mom didn't have a problem because Salem was just 4 hours away from Bangalore, even though I was the only lady engineer again in my batch. In Salem, my brain worked, but my body didn't cooperate. I had a lot of health issues. And so I requested for a transfer to Mekon, Bangalore. I was fortunate to get that transfer. When I was working in Bangalore, I got married and had to move to Mumbai to live in a joint family. Company was kind enough to give me a transfer to Mumbai on request. In Mumbai, I worked on a temporary project which got over in 1 year. After 1 year, everyone who was working for the project was transferred to different parts of India. I was transferred to Delhi. In those days, girls were taught to prioritize family over career. So I gave up my job again. But this time I was in Mumbai and I had experience. So I was lucky to get a job as a marketing engineer in Forbes Marshall. All was going well. And then I had my baby. At that moment, I wanted nothing. I only wanted to be with my child. And so I gave up my career again. But I decided not to give up my dream and that I would get back someday. With that hope, I took admission for MBA through correspondence course. Remember, I told you it was Stone Age and we did not have the online option. I could not complete my MBA again because we had to move to Dubai. But I did complete my diploma in management and had my second child. But by now, I became a full-fledged homemaker. But not for too long. Or is 20 years too long? Because after 20 years, I re-entered the corporate sector, this time as a content writer in an IT startup. I was the oldest in the company. Many people laughed behind my back. I had to take orders from people half my age. Many called me auntie, but I didn't let any of this deter me because I loved writing and my bosses, my clients, and more importantly, Google loved my writing and ranked it high. Today, I'm a content writer with over 9 years of experience. I have authored 7 self-help books. And yes, the MBA I spoke about, I completed my PG diploma in management. And I can say that I have lived my dream. I have worked in the corporate even after such a long gap. Before I end, I would like to urge you today to think about that one dream that you have abandoned. And don't say it loud, just think about it. And when you leave the room today, take a step towards your dream. Because remember, there's no expiry date for dreams. Thank you.
Fantastic speech, Toastmaster Kanika. What an amazing sort of vicissitudes of life you've had and how beautifully you've managed all that. Um, it is said that it's difficult to join the dots looking forward, but all of that makes sense if we look it backwards, right? You're able to join all the dots backwards. Thank you for sharing your career story with us, Toastmaster Kanika. And it's time for everyone to share your comments for Toastmaster Kanika's speech. Let's give it 1 minute. Toastmaster Rashi, please indicate when 1 minute is up. I see most of the cameras off. It's not good to look at these closed windows.
It's
So
1
please
minute
come
is
on.
up.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi. Okay, please switch on your cameras if you're comfortable, everyone. It would be good to see you. Now that we know we are all clear why knowing how knowledge spreads is important. It helps us to become better, more effective learners. It helps us to spread our message with the world. So finding our voice is the first thing, but then once we found our voice, spreading it is important. And this knowing the techniques helps us do that. We've also learned one technique of knowledge sharing, which is internalizing. Now for the second one, I'm going to do something and I'm going to get you guys to decipher what am I doing. Okay, so let me share my screen and I will need a confirmation if you're able to see my screen. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a challenge for everyone and you can even discuss among yourself. Right? You can switch on your camera, keep yourself unmuted. Just see what is the trick that I'm trying to teach you. I'm not going to speak about it. I'm just going to do it. Okay. Yes, great to see you, Ashmeet. Okay, let's just watch what I'm doing. At any point in time, if you get any ideas, just stop me. You can just tell me you have identified the pattern.
You're doing something on your screen, Mohit, because it's.
Are you able to see?
We are
No?
only seeing the Teams.
Oh,
Sorry,
is it?
WhatsApp actually. You did not share your screen, I guess.
Oh, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Okay, sorry. Let me do this over again. Thanks. Okay. Are you able to see something now? And are you able to?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
What did I write? Can someone tell me?
25
20
square.
25 to the power 2.
25 square.
Okay, just try to see what am I doing here. Any pattern that you guess at any point, you can even discuss among yourself.
Toastmaster Mohit, is it like simplifying the complexity?
Yes, Toastmaster Simi, can you further guess how does it help simplify?
Explain any reasoning type question tricks and
No, I think I got the pattern. What you're doing is you're just squaring 5 square, you're putting 25, then 5 into the next number, 5 into 6.
Ah, exactly. Yeah, who was that? Who was that speaking?
Neeti this side.
Yeah, Niti, exactly right. Yes, that's what I was doing. So, see, I did not say a word, but I just did it and you were able to follow. And that's one of the ways in which knowledge spreads. We learn from others doing it. In Toastmasters, has anybody taught us how to do the counter role? Today, Toastmaster Mohit has just picked it up, but he's seen others do it. So he's able to do it himself. Any other examples that come to your mind where we just watch others do it and we are able to learn?
We learn from our parents.
Exactly. Yes. Learn so much from our
I
parents.
I never learned cooking, but I observed my mother cooking, how she prepares tea, how she prepares khichdi. So when there was a situation in life where I had to cook, I did not have to take any cooking classes. I just remember that I did it.
Yes, exactly right. And this process of spreading knowledge, friends, is called socializing. So we've learned internalizing, we've learned socializing. In Toastmasters, we see how beautifully knowledge spreads using all the techniques that we're going to talk about today. And now it is time for me to take the session ahead to our table topics round. And for that, I would like to invite our table topics master. Our table topics master today is Toastmaster Vivek. Toastmaster Vivek, how should I introduce you? Toastmaster Vivek is the author of the soon to be published book titled Creating Clean Connections. Let's give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Mohit. And thank you for this introduction. I like this way of introduction. What is my goal? And that is a forward-looking introduction. Once again,
Vivek,
I welcome fellow members. And am I audible? No?
you are audible, but your voice is breaking. We could follow.
Okay,
You could continue,
let me
but
change
it's
my let me change the source of my Wi-Fi. Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
No worries. Okay. So while we are waiting for Vivek, the example that I took, this was just like Toastmaster Niti pointed out. I was trying to teach you a trick. The trick was to find out the square of any number which ends in 5. And the trick is that you multiply the first digit with the second, the number next to that digit, and then place 25 at the end. That's the technique that I was trying to teach you.
Okay, I'm back.
Yes, Vivek, over to you.
Yeah, so I don't know where I left.
We could follow what you have said.
Yeah, so I really appreciate this way of introduction where you are talking about person's dream, goal. This is a forward-looking introduction. That is one idea I picked up from today's meeting, apart from many other ideas and learnings. So once again, I welcome all the members and guests. Table topics enable us to develop the skill of impromptu speaking. As Mark Twain said, it usually takes me more than 3 weeks to prepare a good impromptu speech. I will try to make a meaning out of it yourself. Table topic helps us to quickly organize and express our thoughts. It also has a structure, and that's why Mark Twain said that it brings a lot of our life experiences in 2 minutes. So it provides opportunity to our guests also. They can participate if they wish, and we will give opportunity to everybody in today's table topics. Each speaker will be speaking for 1 to 2 minutes, minimum 1 minute. Less than 1 minute, it's a disqualification. More than 2.5 minutes, it's also a disqualification. So I will give you one tip when you are attempting your table topic speech today. And the tip is PREP. That is point, reason, example, and point. So you start with a point, whatever topic is given. Give a reason why you are making that point. If possible, try to give an example, maybe from your own life, and then conclude with a point. Simple. Keep it cool, keep it simple, because don't try to load audience with too many points. I'm sharing this tip because there is a speech contest which this is a season of speech contest, and this may help anybody. So shall we start? Let's go by, who would like to go first? Just speak or maybe raise your hand and then Toastmaster Manoj, welcome. Happy to see you after a long time. You're not audible.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible now. So pick up a number, whatever number you want to pick up.
Number one.
I'll give you number one. Okay. Toastmaster Manoj, the shadow is what proves the light. The shadow is what proves the light. Toastmaster Manoj.
Happy morning, each one of you. If I talk about happiness, it's because there is unhappiness. Happiness, unhappiness, light and shadow. This duality defines our life, isn't it? We talk about life, yes, there is death. So today, I'll talk to you regarding embracing death to enjoy life to the full. Yes. I remember taking up this topic on 31st of December 2001 or 2. I was in Chennai in one of the Chennai Toastmasters Club, and I was the TMOD, and I said the topic is embrace death to enjoy life to the full. Everybody says, no, how can you talk about death on a New Year Eve? No, it's not acceptable. I said, okay, let me change the title. It is regeneration. Everybody said, yes, this sounds good. And I took on the topic, but the first sentence was, unless something dies, something ends, can there be a new beginning? Look at nature, Mother Nature. The fruit dries, it falls down, the seed is nurtured and it grows a sapling. That's what life is. So why not accept life as it comes and unravels its different hues and colors? And there lies the beauty of my existence, your existence, everybody's existence. So acceptance to excel. Let's make it our life's mantra. Accept to excel. And when you talk about acceptance, accept the light. Shadow will fall behind you. But that's what life is. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj. Amazing, amazing insights, duality of life, how we live with such contrary things in life. There is no importance of light if there is no shadow. Day and night, you nailed it. Thank you. Taking it forward, who is next? Neetal, Toastmaster Neetal. Pick up a number, Toastmaster Neetal.
5.
Number 5. Okay. Toastmaster Neetal, the greatest lesson I learned from a mistake. The greatest lesson I learned from a mistake. Toastmaster Neetal.
I have a friend who says, count your blessings. But instead of doing that, I keep counting my mistakes. How many of us here?
She did a wonderful job as a sound engineer.
How many of us here count our mistakes instead of taking a lesson, regret from that? Replay the scenario over and over and try to fix the scenario or the issue or the situation in our head. Any of us here? But Will it change the situation? It will, if you learn the lesson. If you try not to get into that situation again, if you try acting differently, if you try to be someone whom you aspire to be. So the biggest lesson, biggest mistake that I have did, there are many. The lessons I learned, yes, I did. So one of the lesson or the mistake that I did is giving up too early, not going through, not seeing the end of it. So these days I'm making a point to see the end, to see what is, to stand on that cliff and then take a jump, to finish the certification that I started, to finish the exam that I plan to write, and to go all in with the energy I have. Like today, not to boost, but I did a leg press of 230 kgs. When my friend asked me to attempt it, I was so scared. But then I thought, what bad will happen? I gave a try and I could get 5 reps. And that was an achievement for the day. And after that, my workout seems so blissful, so happy that I could continue working out for next 30 minutes. So the mistake, as a mistake, you cannot change it. Learning a lesson is what we call as growing up, the growth, and the journey. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you. What an amazing perspective, Toastmaster Neetal. You don't count your blessings, you count your mistakes. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. Can we have a guest? Let's. Rahul. Okay. So, guest Rahul, pick up a number.
Number 4, like
Number 4? Yes, any digit.
4.
4, okay. So, guest Rahul, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Guest Rahul.
Best time is now. So like I have to participate for it. Like
So, yeah, you can speak on this topic for 1 to 2 minutes.
okay. So like best time is now for planting a tree because before we can't judge the situation or we can't know about before. But if we keep now, so it will definitely grow in upcoming 20 years time. And we can see the result. If we are not doing anything, so we can't get anything. No result, no consequence, no outcome. So best time is right now, not earlier 20 years ago. Thank you. I am done from my side.
You can still continue. You have time.
Okay.
It's okay.
So like whatever we are doing, it's like determine our future, not like past. Past we did. It's like we get the fruits, so we can just eat and enjoy our success. If we are growing plants like anything like our work and our education skills, so it will definitely give us fruit in upcoming time. So best time is right now. Thank
Thank you. Great perspective, guest Rahul. Don't worry about past. Whatever has happened, happened. Now, best time to do something is now, and you really nailed that point. Who is next? Simi, Toastmaster Simi.
Yes, Toastmaster Vivek. I'm ready.
Pick up a number, digit.
3.
3, okay. Toastmaster Simi, is it better to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big ocean? Is it better to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big ocean? Toastmaster Simi.
I've always underplayed in my organization. I even did not consider myself a fish. I am always considered myself a small insect in the pond of my life. Slowly, I'm working on myself and I'm turning into a small fish. And I'm observing that when I put my focus on helping others, my size is increasing from a small fish to a whale, where I'm able to impact others' lives. I'm able to motivate them to achieve their best. So I'm working in my life in different situations as a small fish or a whale, wherever it fits. It doesn't matter on the size of fish. Though, when somebody is with the wrong habits, the small fish has that capability to ruin the whole of the ocean. So that is the power of a small fish. When it can bring the change positively, it can also make that bad effect to the situation. So that's my take on this topic, Toastmaster Vivek. Every drop counts, every small fish counts. Over to you, Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simi. That was a very clear perspective. You talked about change, positive change. You said size doesn't matter. What matters is how you conduct yourself, how is your behavior with others, and what are your habits driving you to conduct yourself. Great, great perspective. Thank you. Who is next? Rashi?
Yes.
Toastmaster Rashi. Pick up a number.
Number 7.
Okay, number 7. Toastmaster Rashi. What is a simple pleasure that you think the world takes for granted? What is a simple pleasure that you think the world takes for granted? Toastmaster Rashi.
Nature around us. It's simply there, and it's been always around us. And I feel that we take it for granted. We are so much absorbed into our daily lives, into all the situations we face every day, all the context we have on our life. We always are surrounded by those thoughts, those situations, those problems, and those solutions we try to figure out, that we forget that as a human, we have this beautiful nature around us. And if we take out some time, take a pause, and just observe it, it, it really heals you. For example, this morning, and I'm really fortunate enough that I got an opportunity to come back to my hometown. And in Mumbai, we don't usually get balconies. So here I had the actually the privilege of having my own balcony, having my own terrace. I went to the terrace, I sat on the mat, and I just observed the sky. That beautiful sky, it is also there in Mumbai, but I rarely get the chance to sit and observe it. this we take for granted, that having that sky on our head, and watching it, sitting it calmly with it, it heals us, and also the nature we are always surrounded with. And it's also gratitude. We should always, count, like somebody mentioned, we should count our mistakes. We should also count what we have. That really makes a difference. So yeah, I feel we take our nature for granted. So take a pause and have a look at it. It's beautiful and it will heal you. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi. That was an amazing perspective. Nature, yes, nature is something we take for granted. And I was reminded that every morning when I get up, I hear with the chirping of birds. I am fortunate to live in Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, and I am staying in such a location. And International Sparrow Day or World Sparrow Day, yes, in our childhood we used to see so many sparrows, and today it's rare to see sparrows. So we have taken it for granted indeed. Thank you for reminding us. Okay, let's bring Ran Vijay Singh. Guest Ran Vijay Singh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, can we bring him on spotlight, please? Yeah. So you will try a table topic, Ran Vijay. Choose a number, random number.
Number 10.
Number 10, okay. So guest Ran Vijay. It is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. It is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Guest Ran Vijay.
I think it's a very good point. Like, if you want to be good at something, any goal or anything, you first need to conquer yourself, because I think it's you versus you. And if you are able to conquer yourself, I think you can conquer anything in the life, even if it is very big. How much big? Like anything. So we should, like, the first thing that if we are waking up in the morning, the first thing we have to fight is with ourselves only. So if we are able to fight with ourselves, we can fight with anyone else, no matter who it is. So I think.
Amazing, amazing perspective. Guest Ran Vijay Singh. Yes, we can fight ourselves. We have to fight ourselves. That's the biggest challenge. Thank you. I think we can stop it here. What do you say, Toastmaster Rashi? You are checking. It's 12:07.
We can take one more.
Okay. Who is next?
Kanika.
Okay, Toastmaster Kanika. Pick up a number.
You're on mute.
9.
Okay. All of you are so considerate to me. Everybody has stayed within 10, but I have collected 25 topics. Okay, number 9. Toastmaster Kanika. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. Toastmaster Kanika.
A smooth sea can never make a skilled sailor, because if your life is still, there's nothing that you can learn from it. For you to grow and to improve, you need turbulence in your life. So often we pray to God that, oh God, give me a simple life where there are no problems. Everything goes on according to how we want. But that doesn't happen. And it is said that the more you are capable of taking problems and solving them, the more God sends them to you. And the more skilled you become. As you solve each and every problem in your life, you grow, improve, and you learn with experience. So I think it is very rightly said that a still sea can never make a skilled sailor. I will quote an example from my life. I, for a very long time, did not know what I would do when I get back into working. And my life was still and stable. Everything was going in autopilot mode. Children grew. They went to their hostel. I had a lot of time on my hands. I wanted to work, but I didn't know what I could do. And that's when I created a challenge for myself. It did not come on its own. I did not know how to type on a laptop. And if I had to work, I had to learn that. And that's when I Googled which finger goes on which key and started from there. And I used to sit and practice. I had no goal. I didn't know why I was doing it, but I was just doing it. And then I got this job as a content writer where this came in very handy. And today I can say with pride that I have reached a stage where I have typed 6,000 words in a day. So I could learn the skill only because the turbulence was there in my mind to do something. Thank you. Over to you, DTM Vivek.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kanika. You spoke so eloquently and you found your voice on this platform. Not only you, all the speakers today, they spoke so eloquently and everybody was finding their voice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Time to hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Mohit. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. Wonderful table topics round. And back to my theme. So what have we learned so far? What are the techniques through which knowledge spreads? Yes, Rashi, go ahead, share it fast.
Internalization and socializing.
Exactly, yes. Now, the third one, right? If I just put it on the chat box, or let me actually just quickly share it, right? This is the trick. If you can read it, just put it down. Square of a two-digit number ending in 5, multiply the first digit by the next number, place 25 at the end. So what am I doing here? I'm explaining or putting it down explicitly. And isn't that what we do, right? When we have to share what we have in our minds with other people, a way is to just externalize it. So this is the third one. It's called externalize. So internalize, socialize, and externalize. That's the third technique. And for the last one, I'll need your help. Now that you all know the trick, and Neeti has already put it out very beautifully, I want you to try it out, like share how you would tell a friend about it. If you were to jot it down, how would you explain to a friend so it is very clear to them? Yes, Simi, you have your hand raised. You can share.
Yeah, Toastmaster Mohit, I had a doubt. Like, what is the difference between socialize and externalize?
Okay, that's a great question. And thanks for asking, Simi. So socialize is when you learn by watching, by observing. Remember when I was doing it, I did not share anything with you. I was just doing it. And Neeti and many of others of you also tried to follow the pattern. Even without saying a word, we learn from our teachers, our fellow Toastmasters, and like distinguished Toastmaster Vivek mentioned, from our parents. A recipe that your mother used to follow, you know it by virtue of just observing it. That's socializing. She hasn't explained to you. Now, externalization is when your mother sits you down and says, okay, write it down. These are the 5 steps. I remember I had to capture it when I had to travel abroad because I did not know how to cook anything other than Maggie. So that's externalization. You jot it down, you explain to the other person through verbal or through written means. Now, I'm giving you a challenge. Now, you know the trick. I've already externalized it. You have to explain this to a friend. Like, how would you put it out there? Can there be a better way of explaining it? Anybody can try this trick of multiply, like square of a number that ends in 5. So this is what I have. The challenge is you have to share with your friend so that they don't have to ask you questions. Very clear. How would you do it?
Maybe
What
I will
ex-
just add, Toastmaster Mohit, I'll just add on top of it like fun with math so that I can pull
Okay.
people to read this.
Okay. Yeah, Hirender, go ahead.
Yeah, I would not with friend, but definitely would going to share with my kids and ask them if they find it easy or difficult. And if obviously I know they don't find it easy, so that becomes a kind of requirement in their mind that they need something. And when it is delivered after creating a need, I think the chances are high that they grab it.
Okay. Okay. That's great. But yeah, just like if you were to share this with a friend, do you think they will be able to understand what the trick is? Or would you add anything in terms of the explanation?
Uh, they should, I
Yeah.
think they would, but an example would definitely help.
Okay, an example. Okay, somebody else was also saying something.
Yeah, sorry, I was just saying that maybe a generalized formula, very easy formula, would be easy to grasp. Maybe, for example, a into a plus 1 and then 25, where a starts with 1.
That's great. Yes, Neeti, wonderful. So yes, the reason why I was explaining this was because this is the 4th way through which knowledge spreads. You had something, you added something on top of that from your own mind. You sometimes use different material and come out with something of your own, which is unique. That's called combination. So this was the 4th technique through which knowledge spreads. In Toastmasters, don't we sometimes refer to another person's icebreaker speech, maybe a couple of icebreakers watched, and then we come out with one of our own? We all do that. That's a technique through which knowledge spreads, and it's called externalization. So 4 techniques: socialization, S, externalization. So socialization is when tacit, tacit knowledge becomes, uh, basically it's a tacit to tacit conversion, one mind to another mind. Externalization, where tacit to explicit, where we wrote it down. Then combination, which is couple of material into something unique of our own. That's basically explicit to explicit conversion. And last is internalize. When you practice on your own, when you experiment, that's internalize. You absorbed it. So those are the techniques through which knowledge spreads. Now it's time for me to call on our general evaluator and jump onto the evaluation segment. Mehak, it's your turn. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for this wonderful segment and explaining everything in so detail about what are the tricks and tips so that we can spread the knowledge to the world out loud. Well, now let's move on to the general evaluation segment, and we will first move on to the speech evaluations. For this, I would like to first call on stage Toastmaster Kanchan to evaluate Toastmaster Kanika's speech. Toastmaster Kanchan, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Meg. Once again, good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. What an engaging speech. Toastmaster Kanika started with Bihari aura and she grabbed the audience attention immediately. As we know that, and we agreed that the Bihar is the foundation for the IS officer. Now, I would like to present my report on what went well and areas for the improvement. To start with commendation, you had a confident opening through the from intro to body to the conclusion. Dream to become an IS officer and ended with content creator gracefully. Story was full of the humor and inspiration. Becoming the first female in the plant like Steel Authority of India, it took a lot of courage and discipline as well. And when your career was on peak, you left your job due to your health crisis and family responsibilities. However, speaker has never give up on her life. After 20 years, she again took a challenge as content creator, and throughout her journey, she shows her resilience. So kudos to you and keep it up. I observed that speaker had a confident and great eye contact throughout the speech, and speaker presented herself as a confident speaker. Keep it up. I noticed that your body language matched with your spoken language. You maintained a great body posture throughout your speech. So kudos to you and keep it up. With this as an evaluator, today I see there is no room for the improvement. However, as the evaluator, I would like to encourage the speaker to keep experimenting with new ideas and keep practicing, as I felt that speaker has achieved excellency in public speaking. All the best, and back to you, back to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanchan, for sharing your words of wisdom for Toastmaster Kanika, as well as the areas where she can improve in her speech. Now, I would like to call on stage Toastmaster Neeti to please read out the feedback and the evaluation for Toastmaster Hirender's speech.
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Toastmaster Mike. So I would like to start by mentioning that even I have a fear of height and I have gone for rafting a couple of times before. So I could totally relate to your story, Toastmaster Harinder. Yeah. To start with the evaluation, I would like to start with delivery semantics. You were clearly audible, your camera was set properly, you were there in the center of the screen, and you stood and gave the speech. So that was really good. Going on to the content part, you started with asking a question to the audience and a very relatable one, which I feel is really good in grasping the audience attention. Then you narrated a very well connected story about your trip to Haridwar. You painted a beautiful picture of the entire episode. You mentioned minute details, which I feel helped the audience to connect with your story even more. You also added some elements of humor, wherein you mentioned that your soul left your body when you were trying to take that leap of faith and jump off the cliff. So that was also really commendable. You beautifully mentioned how you overcame your fear of height in the end, and you ended with a beautiful line that falling and still improving. So really liked the ending part. So really commendable, Toastmaster Harinder. Just few recommendations. One thing from the delivery semantics point of view, I found that you were not that clearly visible as in the maybe because of the camera quality, the clarity was not that much. So I could not, while you were standing, so I could not clearly see the eye contact. Then I felt that there could have been some more gestures and voice modulations, because that keeps the audience engaged. Because I found there was sometimes the tone was very monotonous. So I think that can be improved. And there were some pronunciation corrections that can be made. I think our grammarian will highlight that in his report. And one thing I feel that audience really wants to see a happy and smiling speaker. So whenever possible, just try to put on a smile that really grabs the audience attention, right? And one thing that you had such a beautiful topic, right? fall that lifted me, a beautiful topic. So I feel that you could have also added some famous proverbs, right? Or maybe some examples of famous movies to which people could relate to. For example, I think most of us have seen the movie Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, right? So in that movie, Hrithik Roshan goes for scuba diving and he was really scared of water. But in the end, he musters courage and he overcomes his fear. So I think these examples, which are very well known, can help improve the audience engagement in the speech. But that's it. All in all, a great speech, very well delivered. Kudos. Yeah, that's it from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Meg.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neeti, for sharing your thoughts about Toastmaster Hirendra's speech. The something that can work upon. Now, I will move on to the auxiliary role players for them to share their reports. And let's start with the grammarian for the day. I would like to call on stage Toastmaster Neetan to share her report as the grammarian for the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. What an engaging meeting we had. There are words which cannot be expressed or the stories which has to be remembered. So coming back to word of the day, idiom of the day, I think we have leveraged the word and the idiom of the day. So we had many people using it. Toastmaster Mehak, Hirinder, Toastmaster Mohit, Toastmaster Vivek, Toastmaster Rashi used word of the day. And the idiom of the day was used by Toastmaster Mohit, Toastmaster Vivek, and Toastmaster Hirinder. Let's be generous when using it and try to incorporate them in our everyday language. So coming back to some of the usage grammatical errors what we had in our meeting. So I'll focus on first on the speeches. We had two speeches by Toastmaster Hirinder and Toastmaster Kanika. I wanted to focus on the meeting, so I leveraged AI. So this is a report from AI for Toastmaster Hirinder. And read out some of the grammatical error. The guide who was accompanied us. So can you have mentioned here the guide who accompanied us? Then verb form, we might have experienced that. So obviously I said yes. Would have changed this to a sentence. We were susceptible to that. So naturally I said yes. Then there was a tense mix. And about the moment I just saw again and the moment I looked down again. Agreement, there was a clip and people were jumping. And the word choice. And there was some redundancy that pointed out. And there were a few filler words, repetition, and the strength. So as the evaluator has used, the story you mentioned, we were able to imagine it. And the AI has slightly pointed out with imaginary. You made me feel that I am at Rishikesh and doing the river rafting that I planned with Rashi in April or May. And I'll definitely post the pics when we go. So storytelling was good. And there was self-awareness and the reflection, the message clarity was good. I'll share this report and coming to Toastmaster Kanika. So you can see the overall rating what AI has given. There was a tense error. I promised myself I'll still get the UPSC exam. I promised myself I would still clear the UPSC exam. Proposition, I requested for a transfer. I requested a transfer. Word choice, I did not want to prepare instead of UPSC. As I reached my 12th standard, almost struck. As I reached 12th standard, something struck me. Then passive misuse, and then there were some filler words, repetition. Coming back to strength, then as the evaluator pointed out, the humor that you were trying to bring in the story was amazing. The vivid contrast you gave us and the vulnerability of the usages. I was oldest in the company. Then the self-depreciation, maybe call me auntie. It shows the resilience that you have put that in an honor. Then overall, we know the career path that you have chosen and your journey for last 20 years. Beautiful. Let me read out the other ones. So coming to, I'll take some time in this. I'll share my report on the chat for the table topic section and for the entire speech, for the entire meeting overall. So with this, I'll hand over back to Master Mahek.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal, for sharing this wonderful report. And with the help of AI, you could see that there were so many good usage and not so good usage of the grammar aligned perfectly in the sentences. Maybe we can share these ones as well on the group, on
Yeah,
the
I'll do
WhatsApp.
it.
We can check once again. And now let's invite on stage Toastmaster Mohit to present his report as the hour counter for the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mike. See, first of all, thank you to both the speakers who have given the beautiful speeches. Right. First to Toastmaster Hirinder. I mean, I could very well understand what he was trying to say, because I had a same experience when I did my first drafting, and I had a very similar experience because I was on the cliff and I was thinking whether I jump or not. Then finally I took a challenge that I would jump, and I had a same feeling, right? So I could very well resonate what he was trying to say. With respect to the speech and our counterpoint of view, I could see that there are a couple of times Toastmaster Hindra has used and I think the rest of the thing it was completely fine, but yeah, a couple of times he used and With respect to Kanika speech, it was eloquent, I would say, right? It was eloquent speech. I really liked her, liked the way she was, giving the complete narrative about her journey, right? Starting from her college life, the way she has done, she kind of not took that role, not took that job because of her family pressures, right? And finally ended up in a corporate world. So thank you to Kanika. Thank you for your speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Mahek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. Now I would like to call on stage Toastmaster Rashi to present her report as the timer for the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek. Is my report visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So overall, I want to share. So I should accept that I wasn't paying attention when Toastmaster Hirinder started his speech. I got into his speech and I missed to start the time. But later on, I started it and feel it was approx 7+ minutes, and he might have crossed 7 minutes 30 second. But I have to check in the recording and get back to it. Rest of the timings mentioned here, there is one disqualification in table topics, that is with guest Ran Vijay. He took less minimum times, frame of 1 minute. He completed his table topic in 57 seconds. Rest are on time, within the time frame. So yeah, I'll also share this report on the group as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rashi, for sharing this wonderful report as the timer and for sharing the timing cards whenever required. Now, I would like to share my report as the general evaluator for the meeting. So we started the meeting around 10:37. I think we were a little ahead of our allotted time. That was 10:30. But we were able to start the meeting with Toastmaster Rashi as the Sergeant at Camps, sharing a beautiful story and starting the meeting on a high note. Moving on, we had Toastmaster Geeky M. Vivek giving the introduction of the guest and delivering the announcements and acknowledging Toastmaster Neetal for completing her pathway. So he fulfilled all the jobs that were required from the presiding officer. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Vivek. Moving on to Toastmaster Mohit, who was our key mod, he shared that initially a small story, and then he asked the question from the audience about how and why is it necessary to spread knowledge and what are the tips and tricks he wanted us from the audience. He asked this question, and I believe like the audience were they wanted to share their opinion about why is it necessary to share knowledge amongst the people, and they gave different insights and views for themselves as well. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Mohit, for using this TMOD session to share your knowledge with all of us and the tricks that you told us about internalize, externalize, socialize, and the combination. I think we had a bunch of them in the meeting today. You not only shared it through by just communicating, but also showed us the examples, and that was a great takeaway basically, so that we remember this throughout our lives. So I believe that the examples that you shared were really good, something that we can learn and move forward with them. Coming to the speaker, the Toastmaster Simi for 2 minute speech. I believe that she delivered a very powerful speech, and there were so many takeaways from her speech, not from the speech but from the meeting overall, where there were so many uh, vocabulary as well as the words that were being used that we could take away. So first thing was the FTBA analogy that was being shared, that was feeling, thinking, belief, and action by Toastmaster Simi. And then it was Toastmaster Vivek also who shared the acronym. And then Toastmaster was the externalized, internalized, socializing combination. So these, I feel that these are really great takeaways from the meeting today that all of us shared. Moving on to our table topic master, Toastmaster Vivek. He shared the acronym that was really beautiful at the start of the table topic segment itself, and then the great topics that he had aligned for all the speakers. I believe that the speakers were enthusiastic to share their opinions about the topics that were being shared. The topics were simple, and I feel that they were relatively very close to something that is being asked in the contest as well. So great job done there, Toastmasters Vivek. Moving on to the speakers and the speech evaluators, I feel like both of the speeches were great. They had a great takeaway and something that we all can learn from. Toastmaster Hirender's speech was learning from the communication style. I feel that he delivered a powerful speech. However, I feel that the project of the speech was related to learning your communication style. I feel that that part was missing somewhere in between. I would request Toastmaster Hirinder to see that what areas want the objective of the speech where he could align together. For Toastmaster Kanika as well, a powerful takeaway and a very good CTR that was being shared by Toastmaster Kanika. However, I feel like a little improvement was required where you wish to take a pause and you breathe. I feel that in your speech, whenever you were speaking, you had and make it in one flow. I feel that you take a pause and then move on to a next sentence or a next para. A pause were necessary in between your speeches at some points. I felt that. Other than that, both of the speeches were really beautiful. A great takeaway from both of the speeches. Moving on to the auxiliary role players, I feel that all the three role players delivered a great job, great reports. Toastmaster Rashi shared the report in the visible form, and Toastmaster Neetal also used AI for sharing her report. Toastmaster Mohit took us the debut role as an R counter for the meeting. So kudos to all of you, and a great meeting, a great insights, full of learning, great use of vocabulary in the meeting, and which is I must say. Thank you so much. I will now present the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Vivek, to please carry forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. Vivek, just to conclude my segment, and I'll hand over to you in a few seconds, if that's okay. So, friends, that boy that I talked about, that 12-year-old who hated to read, he's grown. He still cannot remember, recall, or reproduce most of what he reads, but that hasn't stopped him from absorbing, soaking in wisdom from hundreds of books. That person is me, of course. And I think it's all right because life is not about remembering things, it's about absorbing. And that boy now has learned the techniques through which knowledge spreads. So next time around, when you are learning something, or when you found your voice, you want to spread the word with others, try to remember these 4 techniques: socializing, externalize, combination, and internalize. And then decide what is the best strategy to spread your message or to learn. That, my friends, will 10x your growth. With that, I hand over the stage to the presiding officer. Over to you, Vivek.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Mohit, for an amazing session. I thank all the role players for conducting today's meeting so beautifully. So many learnings, so many takeaways. WhatsApp group is open, and I encourage all the participants, including guests, to at least write one key takeaway from today's meeting, and that will enrich everybody's knowledge. As distinguished Toastmaster Mohit said in his theme today, that is kind, that could be like a externalize, it could be socialize. Just by reading, your key takeaway can help many other people. So that is one message from my side. Let's take some feedbacks. Let's start with guest Rahul. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, I am here.
Yeah, go ahead. What is your take about today's meeting?
Take about
Any
meeting.
feedback,
Like,
any suggestions?
this is my second session, so I noticed like here is a lots of enthusiasm. Like a person, they always try to achieve better in future, and I learned a lot of things from here today. Always focus to grow and never see like disappointment. Always see like growth in future and many things. I thank you.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your feedback, and we welcome you. Keep coming for the future meetings. Ashmeet.
Yeah, hi. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
So
Happy
this
to hear
was,
your feedback.
yeah, this is my first session, and it is very engaging, and I learned a lot of things. Uh, Firstly, the Toastmaster Mohit has explained internalization and socializing, and I think that is the best practice that I can use and involve in my daily, uh, public speaking practices. So I can learn a lot of things, practicing them through these session, which is a part of internalization, and then try to implement these practices in the next upcoming session, which will be a part of socializing. So yeah, thank you all of you. So welcoming my to this group, and it was great learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashmeet, for sharing your feedback. Any Toastmaster guests, those who are joining from other club, we will be happy to receive your feedback.
We
Please
have
unmute
Ranvijay
yourself
also.
and
Toastmaster Vivek, we have Ranvijay also joined us for the first time today.
Ranvijay. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Ranvijay.
I think it was a very good meeting. Like it was my first meeting, and I think that this Toastmaster community is a very good platform to join together. I think we as a human being are a social being first of all, and without other peoples, I think we can't live or be happy. So interacting with each other, I think makes our day better to learn others' perspective, others' knowledge, and spread every knowledge and everything with each other. I think it's a very good thing.
Thank you, Ranvijay, for joining today's meeting and sharing your feedback.
Thank you.
Any other Toastmaster guests who are joining from other club, we will be happy to receive your feedback. Okay, I think we can close the meeting here. So thank you once again, friends, for making this yet another successful meeting. Toastmaster success is how good meeting, what is the quality of meeting, and that's what we strive in every meeting. Week after week, we improve the quality of our meeting. Thank you, and see you next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.